the first step when you're doing that, and that's really whether you're doing a brand new location or you're remodeling an existing location, is to go to the Development Assistance Center. We call that, I'll probably throw it out, we call that the DAC. It's Development Assistance Center. It's located at 505 Barton Springs Road on the first floor. So right when you walk through the doors, it's clear glass. If you've been in our building at the One Texas Center building, you've probably seen people sitting there waiting to be seen. That's what that center is. And what you can do there is get an idea about whatever your project is. You go in, you sit down with the individuals. So if you are just wanting, say you're a restaurant and you're wanting to add outside seating for your restaurant, this would be the first place you would go. You would want to go see them and give them the address of the location that you're talking about, and they can pull that up in their system, and then also exactly what you're proposing to do. And what we typically see, Amanda and I have seen this a lot, people want to cut corners or be really secretive about what they want to do. We don't encourage that, because these aren't the guys that are enforcing anything. They're just talking to you about what you're proposing to do. So be very open and honest. It's a private meeting, but be honest with them so that they can help you to avoid any costly mistakes or code citations down the road. So we encourage you to do that. Commercial plan review's role, in a nutshell, is to ensure that all the building requirements meet current code. And code is established to protect the safety and welfare of the public and yourself, people that are going to occupy that building. So it's their job to make sure that what you're putting on paper, what you're proposing to do, reflects all the things that the city has set front to make sure that the public is safe. I know a lot of times we see business owners that are intimidated by the process, and so we attend those meetings with them just to kind of offer a hand to hold in a way, so that they don't feel so intimidated, and we ensure that they get all their questions asked and make sure that they understand what these certain rules or codes may mean, things like that. So that's kind of our role. Yeah, we see that a lot, especially when someone's it's their first location or their first building that they're going into. We see that all the time. Either the owner of that building that maybe they're going to be leasing, the owner was misinformed, or the realtor is not informed on the right zoning requirements for that type of business. So that's why we really encourage you to come to the city and double check for yourself. Even if you're told, oh yes, your realtor or the landowner is absolutely correct, you can do those things, it's best to check with us, because we the city are the owners of that process, and in order for you to get through it, it comes through the jurisdiction of the city. So make sure, double check, and you don't have to go it alone. The Small Business Development Program can help you, and we'll funnel you through that the quickest and most efficient way possible. Once you're approved through building plan review and you have filed whatever the DAC Development Assistance Center has asked you to as far as the site plan goes, whether there's exemption or correction, if you're adding or remodeling, then it throws you into permits and inspections. So commercial plan review will let you know what permits you're going to need to pull, and then you will go to the permit center and pull those specific permits. So let's say you're adding a wall, and it's going to be, I don't know, maybe you're a beauty shop and you're adding, I don't know, a wall so that you can add another station for someone to cut hair. So you're going to add a sink and electricity so that they can plug in their rollers and all that stuff. So if that's the case, you're going to need a permit for the wall, and then electrical and plumbing is going to come out. So, and I'm just trying to give you an example so that you can kind of put something to it. So you'll pull those permits, you'll do that work, and they'll even tell you, they'll even advise you in the order in which you should conduct the work, because here's a prime example that actually came through our program. There was an individual, I think they were remodeling a condo, and they were going to actually, I think it was maybe a mixed use, and they were going to use it for some type of business. I don't recall the specifics, but they went through the whole process, got approved. They pulled the permits, but they went ahead and did all the work. So they put the electrical and the plumbing in the wall, covered the wall up. Then on top of the wall, they did a leather covering, and I think it was for some kind of sound reason, probably aesthetics too, but so they leather covered the wall. Well, they never got inspected. So that brings us right into the next one. So when inspection came out and they said, well, you don't have your electrical or your plumbing inspected and passed, they had to rip all that down and have that inspected. So there is an order in which you should do the construction, and if you are either doing it yourself or acting as a general contractor and maybe hiring out your individual subs, maybe you have a plumber or an electrician coming out and doing that work, and so you're coordinating all of how it's being handled, then make sure that you kind of follow that order.